Mission statements. What is it about mission statements that sometimes create a love-hate relationship? Mission statements often decorate an office wall. We have them in our workplaces, our schools, and indeed our church. Often they are a string of sometimes clever and fluffy words that define an organization or a company's goal and what the company does for its customers, what it does for its employees, and what it does for its owners. So, what are mission statements supposed to be? Missions are to be known and solve problems. They are a rallying cry for action, influencers of our work, bigger than one person. Missions are to be alive and constantly revisited with changing needs. Missions are the glue that holds people together as an organization and connects one another to each other. Then why do so many organizational experts claim that 90% of them are completely useless? For kicks and grins, let's consider a few of them. I spent 35 years working for a global consumer products goods company whose mission was, hang on, I got to take a deep breath here, was to provide branded products and services of superior quality and value that improve the lives of world's consumers, now and for generations to come. As a result, consumers will be rewarded with leadership sales, profit, value creation, allowing our people, our shareholders, and the communities in which we live and work to prosper. Every project or brand I managed had to be related back to that. Apple, as in your iPhone or your iPad mission statement, is to bring the best user experience to customers through innovation, through innovative hardware, software, and services. Closer to home, the Diocese of Buffalo Road to Renewal mission is to reinvigorate the Catholic Church, more fully optimize parish and diocese resources, increase the impact of various ministries throughout Western New York. I don't know about you, but the well-intentioned, high-sounding, polished phrases such as improve the lives of world consumers, best user experience, more fully optimized, seem a bit too aspirational. They sound like a bunch of buzzwords strung together. They're not tangible in the context of being able to roll up your sleeves, put your arms around them, wrestle with them and get dirty, or to touch, feel, and smell them. Mission statements. Coincidentally, in today's gospel story, Jesus is getting much more organized as a leader. Our storyteller's focus has shifted from the ministry of Jesus to the work of the community that he has summoned. Now, just like any good organization or business leader, Jesus is willing to do the work, and he's willing to step aside when the situation calls for it. Today, Jesus is at that point where he knows his ministry will be more effective with delegation and teamwork. And that is where we meet Jesus today. He has summoned his disciples by name and sent them out with the mission statement to proclaim the kingdom of heaven, cure the sick, raise the dead, cleanse lepers, and drive out demons. Indeed, after Jesus' death and resurrection, this was the mission of his disciples and the church. Jesus' invitation to this mission was and is to see as he saw. Today that mission is to proclaim, cure, raise, cleanse, drive, and we might as well add in kneel, wash, serve, bless, break, and give. Now, have you noticed anything unique about these mission words? They're all action verbs, and they're doing something. They're solving a problem. And on a much deeper theological level, what are they doing? Well, look no further than last week's Feast of Corpus Christi when John said, "Whoever eats my flesh and drinks my blood remains in me and I in him." When he is in us, then we are doing the body of Christ. We're doing the body broken, doing the blood poured out. These action words of doing are the transformative words of our baptismal call to be a priest, prophet, and king. They are the transformative actions that have the intentionality of how we go about the mission of salvation and reconciliation with others. A decade ago, Pope Francis called us to become completely more mission-oriented. He said, "Being Christian is living and witnessing to faith and prayer, in works of charity, in promoting justice, and in doing good. For the whole of our life must pass through the narrow door which is Christ." Witnessing, prayer, charity, promoting justice, doing good. Just perhaps a few more transformative actions of doing the body broken and doing the blood poured out. So how do we go about living this mission that has been passed on to us? Well, perhaps we look no further than to Jesus' very last words in today's gospel story. Give. Indeed, we are to give and freely give. We are to put our lives at service of others. And what does that look like? Well, you know better than me. When I was hungry, you fed me. When I encouraged you to join one of St. Greg's 65 ministries, you stepped up. When I was sick and dying, you kept vigil. When I invited you to the cafe for an iced tea and a conversation, you said yes. When I was irresponsible, you challenged me. And when I was anxious, you calmed me. It is when we do transformative and intentional actions like these that we avoid living a mission that decorates some wall space and collects dust. Because you do this in memory of me. So how about the cafe for an iced tea? It's on me.